everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. This isn't Norfolk, this is Somerset. Is it Somerset? Bath, wherever Bath is, whatever county Bath is. Sorry about the noise in the background, you might not be able to hear it because this camera's quite good at sorting out the sound. I've just dropped my van off just east of Weston-super-Mare. If some of you know, I've got the VW van. It's having its pop top put on it. I'll attempt many things in my life, but certainly not the pop top. Yeah, just not going to do it. So I've left it to the professionals. So we dropped the van off and we were like, what should we do? Because I'm with a friend, my mate Liam. We had the motorbikes. If anyone remembers like the Beers and Gears episode, he's got the motorbike, so you might recognise him. But yeah, we were like, what can we do for a couple of days? Because they have it overnight. We were like, let's head into Bath. And we might be going to Bristol later, so this might be a multi-part video. It might just be a small video. But we've popped here, where is it? There. To a place called Grog. Now, Grog is a small independent bottle shop on one of the side streets away from, it's about a 10-minute walk out the centre of Bath. I should have said actually we're in Bath. I might have said that earlier. It's about a 10-minute walk outside the centre of Bath. It's just around the corner from the Royal Crescent. So if you're ever on a sightseeing trip, it's literally, and you buy the Royal Crescent and you've got a bit of a thirst on from all the walking up the hills, come in here for a beer. Let's go in. Let's meet the owner or the operator that's in, or the worker that's in today. So they've got some quite cool stuff on. They've got a lovely little courtyard garden as well. So here we go. And boom, we're in. So you're greeted with 4 double fridges. Quite a thin little shop. Hello, hello. And as we go through, they've got some local gin suppliers here as well. Brixham gin from Devon, if that's your thing. As you kind of walk through, you've got your gin or you've got your rum selection. Then you've got this quite cool Belgium section. Now, a lot of the stuff you'll recognise, but you don't normally see this on the bottle shop shelves in the UK. So I'm probably going to pick one of those up. And some other German bits. But as you walk through, it's really quite cool in here. There's my mate Liam sitting there in the back. And it's the courtyard garden. And there's Liam.
I need a glass of wine, I'm drunk already.
He's definitely not drunk. He's drinking a non-alcoholic Pilsner from Low Tide. Is it nice? Have you tried it?
Yeah, it tastes like Pepsi.
Tastes like Pepsi. It doesn't taste like Pepsi. So let's set you up here. So it's probably for clarity. It's a beautiful spot here. It's like a little sun trap, a tiny little courtyard garden. It's for clarity. It's 11:35. So this place is just really opened. Beer-wise, I fancied a lager, not a strong lager. I fancied a kind of a weaker lager. So I've gone for the Donzoko Northern Hells. Now it is a bottle shop, and we're drinking inside. So this was, I think it's about £4.75, which is probably the upper end of the good lager bracket. Liam, can you undo that, mate? Because I haven't got my nails. Everyone knows that. There we go. Boom. Is it a 500 can? Yeah, it's a 500 can actually. Worth mentioning that. Let's get it in the glass. I do like a Donzoko beer. The last beer I had from them was a Citra Pils. That was out of the Trembling Madness Advent Calendar. And boom, look at that. What have we got then? We've got a very slightly hazy straw coloured beer. Subtle carbonation. Lovely, tall white foamy head. It looks cracking in the glass. I don't know what I'm going to get in terms of aromas and stuff because I'm outside. Wow. Lemon. Lime. Super malty, quite drying actually. It smells like it's going to be a sort of nice drying bitterness sort of beer. But yeah, lemon rind, fresh lime really for me. On top of a lovely sort of really quite bready malty base. Let's go in. Cheers everybody. That is good. I'm so glad I chose this. I'm so glad I chose it. Wow, the end. It's kind of got lager and lime vibes to it. Let's have a quick look at the ingredients. It hasn't got lime in it. It's just the hops. So it's kind of got lager and lime vibes to it. It's lovely and bready. You lose the lemon a bit in the taste. It's more lime that comes prominent. Sweet, malty and bready to start with. In the middle it starts to kind of tone down a little bit. And at the end, there's this slow, like lime, citrusy thing that comes in. Like I say, it's almost like you've put a dash of lime in a good lager, and it's not. Like I say, if you look at the ingredients, there's no additions in here at all. It's just simply water, barley, hops, and yeast. Yeah, it's really good. Finish. It's lovely and light carbonation in the mouth. Good body for a lager. And the finish is slightly sweet, slightly limey, and at the very back, you've got to wait for it a little while. It does become drying. Yeah, that's quite good. Let's have a quick look at the can. Donzoko, normal Donzoko sort of can out there. They love a clear wrap, do Donzoko. Foamy beers for good times. Brewed and canned by Donzoko Brewing in Leith in Edinburgh. It was canned a little while ago actually, so it's still tasting good. Vegan friendly, and that's it. There's not a whole lot on this can at all. That's just a very good kind of. I wouldn't say it's no nonsense because there are a few different layers in there, but it's just a very good, refreshing 4.2% unfiltered lager. It should have said actually at the bottom there. It does say unfiltered. There you go. But yeah, we've only been here 5 minutes, but I'm quite enjoying this place. I was saying to my mate Liam, who's just there.
I just love listening to you. You know your stuff.
I was saying to him about like vibes in bottle shops and vibes in brewery, like craft bars, and there's just a different vibe that a pub can't match for me. If this was a pub, it'd feel different. The sun's coming out again. Look at that. But yeah, even if you look through here, tiny thin little shop packed full of character. They've done it out. The interiors of the shop are really good. They've got some cracking beers in there. They've got the likes of all the big boys: Verdant, Daya, Rivington, Flock, Sure Shot, Elusive are in there. Dark Revolutions. I had a cracking extra power actually from Dark Revolutions. I was just telling the guy that works here about it, and he knew the one I meant. We just couldn't remember the name between us. And yeah, and the prices, they're probably about bang on actually. Like Bath, I can imagine this shop isn't cheap to lease, and they need to pay for that. So it's not it's not like a cheaper bottle shop. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but it's certainly like bang on really for bottle shop prices. I've certainly seen a lot more expensive. But yeah, nice little visit to Bath. I don't know if this video is going to end here or not. I don't know. It might do. Don't know. We'll see. But if it doesn't, thank you very much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. This place, like I say, is called Grog, and it's near the Royal Crescent in Bath, and I highly recommend you come in. You can just, they are working on a draft system, like to serve kegged beer, but that isn't the case just yet. They're only selling cans that you can have in the garden at the back. I think they're working at a bit of licensing for the front as well, because that's like a really nice sort of modern kind of hipster kind of street. It's really quite nice, lovely little vibe around here. But yeah, come and check out Grog in Bath, especially if you're by the Royal Crescent. You can pick up a nice refreshing lager to enjoy in the sunshine like me. And boom, we're back. This isn't the end of the video. I thought it might have been. We've got the train to Bristol. I'll show you where we are. We are actually, don't kill me, we're at the Brewdog Bar in Bristol. There we go. And it's quite a nice little bar because you're right by the river. I mean, the river is green. It looks absolutely minging here in Bristol, the river, but it looks worse than the River Thames. Honestly, I never thought a river would look worse than the River Thames. This somehow does it. But we stopped over because it's like we're on our way to the middle of the city to have a little look. We're going to go explore a few tap rooms later, but we are. Well, Liam's had a Diet Coke. Yeah. I've got a More Brewery. They're in Bristol. They're a Bristol-based brewery, and this is their session IPA, 4.7%, called Distortion. Now I've had a little sip already, but I've done it so I can swish it around and get some aromas for you. It's definitely the softer end of the tropical fruit spectrum. So you're looking at your peaches, your passion fruit, slight hint of pineapple, but it's creamy. It's definitely got like a creamy, softer feel to it. This beer on the aroma. It smells really good. Subtly sweet to start with. Good mouthfeel for a session IPA. Sometimes they're a bit too thin. It's got a good mouthfeel. It's lovely and sweet. Sweet way from malts to start. Actually, there's a bit of grapefruit in there. That's the first thing that hits you. Actually, the bitterness of this beer runs quite well all the way through. The harsh bitterness, that grapefruit bitterness, does let off a little bit, and you are back into your peaches and your passion fruits. It's lovely and oaty and creamy, and the finish is. It's kind of got a bit of a blood orangey grapefruit thing again on the finish. Bitter, rich. That's really quite good for Moore. I've had a couple of the Moore beers. I've had their session bitter at like 3.2%. That was quite good. I quite like that. I was driving that day. I had a couple of those, and I was feeling pretty good. That's probably the best beer I've tried in terms of what I particularly like. Yeah, decent for Moore. And we're in Bristol. Like I say, van's being done now. Just nice and chill. Got some new sunnies. I was after some new sunnies for a while because I scratched the hell out of my old ones. So yeah, life's pretty good at the moment. Where are we off to next, Liam?
Fucking bed. I've walked so much today, it's unbelievable.
Liam, we have walked a long way today already, and it's what's the time? Like 2 o'clock?
Yeah, 1:30.
1:30, and we've walked miles today. Miles around Bath. Probably walked a good mile from Bristol to the Brewdog bar from the train station, Temple Meads. Yeah, that is very good from Moore. I'm going to give that 4.5 out of 5. That's really quite nice. One of the better session IPAs I've ever had, actually. Yeah, let's see where we go next. Just need to people watch the world go by in the sunshine. We're in the shade, actually, in the middle of Bristol. Boom! Welcome back to this. I remember coming to Bristol years ago on a stag do, and I remember this street that had loads of benches up the middle and bars either side, big wide street, and you kind of got your beer from whatever pub you wanted to, and you kind of met in the middle. If you were in a big group and someone liked normal beer, you go to one pub, if one liked craft beer, and so on, so on, so on. I found the street, and here we are. I should give you a little look around. It goes right down to the river, which is beautiful.
I'm a happy boy, Mark. I'm a happy boy.
So yeah, as you would have seen, there's the bars either side, the bench in the middle. We've just walked to New Bristol Brewery, haven't we? Which is probably the best part of 20 minutes. Got there, the Google's wrong, the tap room doesn't open till 5, and it's what's the time now? 2:52. So we've walked back into the main city of Bristol to a pub called the Landoger Trow. Now I'll take you in a minute. Jake behind the bar is really a friendly chap, actually, really knowledgeable guy. And yeah, we're going to show you a really cool old school pub. But a lot of these bars here, like this particular one, the King Street Brew House, really modern. But this, as you can see from behind me, proper old sort of like Tudor style place. But anyway, they've got shed loads of beers in here from Drop Project, New Bristol Brewery. They've got a really good German beer selection as well, Bitburger, Benedictina, Rothaus. But we've been walking a lot and we want something refreshing. So Liam and I have got a half pint of this each. Now this is the new Schofferhofer Watermelon and Mint. It's a 2.5% Weissbier technically, or Hefe Weissbier. And yeah, Schofferhofer, this range really would have started with the Schofferhofer grapefruit. Recently I did a review on the channel with the pineapple, and now that's evolved now onto the watermelon and mint. So what are we getting? It's really fragrant. It's almost a candy version of watermelon. There's a mint there, it's more of a sort of spearmint, but it's right in the background, which works really well. It's kind of got a creamy sort of jelly sort of vibe to it, if you know what I mean. Sweet, kind of gelatin, but it's not, obviously it's not gelatin. But it smells fantastic. Let's go in. Cheers, everybody. I know there isn't, because it's watermelon and mint, but there's a slight sort of cherry sweetness in there that carries those flavours, or leads those flavours really well. The watermelon is there every single day of the week. The mint, it's fragrant without being sort of too toothpastey. A lot of minty beers can be a bit toothpastey, this avoids that. Behind it, there is a nice sort of wheatiness. You can definitely tell it's on the bed of a wheat beer. You can definitely tell it's one of the Schofferhofer fruited family, and that is cracking. And it was. We're bearing in mind we're in the middle of Bristol, and I know it's 2.5%, but we're in the middle of Bristol. I think it works out to be about £5 for 2 halves, so £5 a pint. In Bristol, that's not bad. Yeah, really enjoying it. That's just a fantastic. I mean, it's probably 20 degrees out here today. Beautiful day in the city, and this just goes down so well. Yeah, what we'll do is in a minute I'm going to drink this, and then I'm going to take you to have a little look in a beautiful, beautiful pub.
Watermelon, winty.
You know that's making the edit, don't you?
Yeah. Watermelon, minty, high. Watermelon, minty, high. 2%, 2.5%. Yes, please. I cut. Next.
Right then, the Landoger Trow. Let's go inside and have a little look around. What we'll do, beautiful old door. What we'll have to do, there's Jake behind the bar serving his customers. Look at this for a list of beers. 28 keg lines, not all beer, not all occupied, but I'll just run you through these beers. Look. And then this. Proper pub. Beautiful German, like you've got the Bitburger, the Benedictiner and the Rothaus fonts there. Traditional stuff. Bit from Moore, bit from Timothy Taylor's. Beautiful old traditional bar. I mean, lovely bit of oak work on the bottom there. And then you're straight into this old bit at the back. It's kind of got the German style benches. Beautiful beam. Look at these old beams. Look, Jesus, it makes you wonder what they came off. They might be mock. You don't know. Bristol's a really, really old city, full of characters. You never ever know. And there's kind of like a back bar bit that nobody's sitting in. But yeah, really cool little pub. This pub was recommended to us, actually, I should say, by the guys at New Bristol Brewery. They were closed, like I said earlier. So we were like, where should we go? And they were like, go around the corner, or literally around the corner, it's a 25-minute walk. Go and see the Landoger Trow. And they've got their beers on here, but good beer. I just had the Schofferhofer watermelon and mint. That's absolutely lovely. But yeah, nice to find old traditional pubs, and then, like I say, you buy your beer, you go outside and you sit with all the other people that bought their beers in different pubs. It's a really cool little setup, actually. Very heavy on the students. Very heavy on the students. Beautiful like fireplace, look. And then like another room here, sort of like the drawing room. Really cool little spot. Yeah, like I say, highly recommended. It was given to us highly recommended. But yeah, that is the Landoger Trow in Bristol. I'm gonna pick up my mate. Watermelon. Still saying watermelon and mint. And we're gonna go somewhere else, I think, in a minute. Are we gonna go somewhere else? We are indeed, yes.
Watermelon minty high. Watermelon minty high.
Absolute nutter, right. Let's go on to the next place. Boom, and we're back. We stayed here at the Landoger Trow for another one. Liam, can I show them the beer? Liam's got a New Bristol Brewery, I think it's called Blueberry Pancake or Blueberry Cheesecake. It's a sour. It smells amazing, and it tastes very, very good. It does what it says in the tin. And I've got this. So this is in a Kostrutzer glass, because they didn't have any Weissbier glasses, because he said they all smashed. And to be honest with you, I can believe him. They're very, very delicate glasses, and they're very top heavy. Anyway, I've got the Rothaus Weiss in here, 5.4%. Let's go in for an aroma. Peppery, spicy. Spicy's the big thing. The banana is there, but it's behind it. Very wheaty, as you would expect. Subtle hint of orange as well at the background. It smells amazing. Just look at it. It looks beautiful. Bang on the money. The pepper and clove and spices are kicking off in here. Oh, lovely finish of banana that I wasn't expecting, because it came in really late. Normally banana's one of the most forward of the flavours in a Weissbier. It's very citrusy in the middle. That orange comes in. First thing is spice. Clove. that settles down to almost a creamy, wheaty type orange. And then what you're left with, it's like a palate cleansing, fresh banana, ripe banana. That's really good. That is really, really good. I'm about to do another order with Beers of Europe for my Weissbiers, and that's going to be on it. That is fantastic. It's just slightly different the way that the orange citrus leads the banana, and I think that's why it's quite nice. It's quite refreshing. I think I've done a big order with Beers of Europe a little while ago on the Weissbiers. They're a very, very sort of banana, or very sort of typical, but like different extremities in terms of how the flavours work. This is a little bit different. This is a bit more like the Hellweiss that I had that was very orange citrus dominated. The Arca ones that I've drunk on stream and stuff, if you saw my streams. But no, that is fantastic. And what a pub this is, by the way. 24 keg lines, unbelievable. Right, I'm going to finish this and I'm going to off somewhere else, probably Left-Handed Giants Brew Pub. That's beautiful. It looks right on the river across quite a modern bridge from where we are. So yeah, this has been a fantastic day. Cheers. And boom, we're back. We've changed location, haven't we, Liam?
Yeah, we have.
We have changed location.
We're on a roll now, baby.
We had a couple of good beers at the Landoger Trow, whatever it's called. Good pub. But we've made it to Left-Handed Giants. Very, very beautiful. I'm going to say brand new. It looks brand new in here. Tap room, which is right on the river's edge. So the river, the Landoger Trow, that was kind of downriver a little bit. We kind of walked upriver. I think that's right. People from Bristol, please correct me. But Left-Handed Giants, I think this is a brew pub. This is where their brewery is, but they've got a beautiful tap room here, right on the river's edge. So what have we got in here? Well, for those that know me and for those that have watched the channel for a long time, you will know that I absolutely love the Sabro hop. So I think I had a discussion. I think I was speaking on a live a little while ago with John from Law's Brewing and Tom from the Crummy Beard. Paul's Beard, who's might be on there as well. We talked about like perfect hop pairings if you're going to pair hops, and I said a long time ago Mosaic and Sabro. I love the Mosaic hop, the Sabro hop, the coconut, the lime. I absolutely love it. Tropical notes the pairing works for me because I love coconut and I love citrus, which is the Sabro hop altogether. And the Mosaic hop kind of brings in a few little tropical notes as well, which are really quite nice. So we've got the first beer that I can remember drinking that's paired the two hops. This is a Mosaic and Sabro hopped pale ale. It's 5% and it was £4.30 for a 2/3, which I don't think is too bad. Bearing in mind we're in the middle of Bristol, and Left-Handed Giant, by the way, are top draw. Like I think if you're talking top 20 breweries in the UK, or even top 10 breweries in the UK, I think Left-Handed Giant have got a very good case for being in that list. So I'm very happy being here. Let's get an aroma, see what we get. Wow, the lime. I was expecting the coconut to dance, but actually the lime out of the Sabro hop is just insane out of this beer. And there's some other soft tropical notes in there, but you can't pick them out because the lime, it's sharp, it's lime zest, it's really sharp lime that really dominate all those other softer flavours. I think we're just going to have to go in. Like I say, beautiful beer. Hazy, pale, 5%. It's 20 degrees out there. Let's go in. Cheers, everybody. Oh my god, yes. This is excellent beer. Excellent beer. It's very sweet up front. Straight away, it's sweet. It's decadent. Sweet and malty to start with, and very quickly the hops come in. And that's where your softer tropical notes come in. It's a bit of passion fruit, slight bit of sweet pineapple, slight bit of sweet peach. And then the lime sharpness comes in. Look, where you think the beer finishes, you really do. You think the beer's going to finish with that sharp lime. You swallow the beer, it sits there for a little bit, and then the soft, creamy coconut comes in, and it's proper creamy as well. We are talking like Bounty, creamy coconut.
I'm going to put it like crazy.
Medium mouthfeel, subtle carbonation. But that works so well, that medium mouthfeel and the subtle carbonation. This beer needed a bit of mouthfeel because the way the softer fruits work. And it needs subtle carbonation because of the creaminess of that coconut. This works, and it just reconfirms to me how good Left-Handed Giant are. They've got a beautiful tap room here. The staff are really helpful. yeah, what a place. And I don't think that's too bad, £4 roll for this. I really don't. That's a really heavily hot beer. Should be really pricey, especially served in a bar. You're expecting to pay probably, I don't know, £6.50, £7 a pint. It certainly would be in a Brewdog bar. Let's be real. I mean, they're selling that Black Heart for like £6 and that's just a 4.1% stout. So, yeah, what a beer. What a beer. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this now. Boom, we're back. We've got another beer. That last beer was insane, that Mosaic and Sabro. Properly good. We've got a 4.5%, simply called Hazy Pale. Now, I presume this is probably one of their core range beers, if we're named like Hazy Pale. And I'll tell you what, that's a Hazy Pale. It's 4.5%, £4.30 for a 2/3, which works quite well for me. I think half's never enough, pint's too much. Makes sense to go 2/3, doesn't it? Let's get an aroma then. Pineapple, tropical. There's a sharpness in there, but it's not sharp pineapple. There's something a little bit different in there. I'm going to say like a soft lemon, like a lemon sherbet. It smells good though. It smells good. Let's go in. Cheers, everybody. Lemon sherbet all day long. The pineapple is insane in here as well. Wow. Quite carbonated, so the carbonation takes away a lot of those sort of delicate malty flavours at the start. Keeps it refreshing, but then you're into those big hop flavours. None of these left-handed giant beers. I've had a lot of left-handed giant beers, and they've all been hop forward, medium sweetness, and this is just no different. There is wafer malt in there, and it is lemon. It's almost like that rich sort of Sicilian lemon. If you ever had like a homemade lemonade or something, quite sharp, quite Sicilian lemon. Pineapple's in there. The finish is light and refreshing. Mouth feels good. Medium bodied this beer. And the finish is like, it's quite spritzy. It's quite fresh. It's quite sort of invites you back in. That's just another really, really good pale ale from Landoger Giant. This is a really good beer. I think this brewery might have gone a bit under my radar in terms of being my favourite. Everyone kind of goes, what's your favourite brewery? And you never really think about it. Duration are always up there. But Landoger Giant go quite under the radar just because I don't drink enough of their stuff. I'd probably say I've drunk a lot of it. I just never really drink enough over a consistent period. But that is just another fantastic pale ale from Landoger Giant. Yeah, and what a place as well. Let me just sort of spin the camera around. I'll unclip the microphone. So here we go. So those seats out there are right onto the riverside. And as you pan around, it is just so cool in here. They've got a pizza place over there, separate kind of in-house pizza place. Beers, you're probably talking 20 odd beers. A couple of guests on as well. Good place this, really good place. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do after this. We might end up moving on after this. We might have to have a little walk up to New Bristol Brewery, which is probably 20 minutes away from here. Yeah, but in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy that. That's fantastic. Here we go. For a bit of perspective, I've just had to charge the GoPro because the battery was a bit low and it kept failing. So as we sit here now, we've had a couple of beers since I last saw you, but we are finishing the night on a beer called Strata Riot. Look at that. It's a double IPA, 7.5%. So look at the colour of that. Jesus Christ. It's like dark straw colour beer. Kind of straw copper. Really, really hazy. A third was £3.50. a half. Sorry, it was £3.55, which I don't think is too bad for a 7.5% double IPA. Let's get the aroma then, see what we get. I should have said actually, you might not know because I think all the filming failed, but we are at New Bristol Brewery. And they've got a really cool tap room because you're literally on the edges of the brewery. So right now the head brewer's over there, speaking to someone from yonder. But that's why this place works. So it's really sort of, everything's really close. But we like that. We've had a lot of food, haven't we? A lot of food. We've had an insane burger and chips, and Liam bought another burger and chips, and I got some chicken fries. So we are suitably full up. I think I'm suitably half cut actually, which just leads us nicely onto a double IPA. So what do we get on the aroma? Oh, big ripe pineapple. That's the big thing that hits you. It smells boozy. It smells boozy. This one. There's no getting away from it. This is double IPA. Boozy mango. Boozy passion fruit. Boozy stone fruit as well. This is boozy. This is a proper double IPA, and it's not hiding it at all. I mean, if you look at the colour, look at that proper double IPA. Let's go in. Cheers, everybody. My God, that's good. That is so good. I tell you what. I said boozy about a million times earlier, but you know what? You know how it doesn't taste? Boozy. Only right at the back with a bit of bitterness and a bit of a sort of alcohol tingle at the back of the mouth. This is ripe pineapple and passion fruit all the way up front. It's sweet. And the sweet works so well with the alcohol. Kind of balances off that alcohol burn. Keeps it light in a weird way. It's a double IPA. It should be a heavy beer, but it isn't that heavy, really. By the time you put all the elements together, it just isn't. It's a big tropical hit. You get your pineapple, you get your passion fruit up front. As the flavours mellow off, there is a bit of stone fruit in there. Softer fruits, softer tropical fruits. And the bitterness isn't really there, and I think that's probably what keeps it light. If there was a big heavy bitter undertone to this beer, I don't think it would be as light as it is. But it is a light beer. It's got so much flavour. It drinks way easier than 7.5%, and it's not that expensive. I don't think for a half, £3.55 for a half. I don't think that's expensive for a double IPA. I really don't. It's good. It's good. I just had a little chat. I don't think we're going to get a chat with him. I was speaking to him earlier, but he's in a meeting at the moment with the guy from yonder. There's a relatively new head brewer here at New Bristol. And if I'm honest, I was quite critical of them 9 months ago. I think we all had the chat. It was almost like they tried to... It was almost the beer. It was almost like the quality dropped off for them to put more volume out. Whether that's correct, I don't know. It's just an assumption that we made. But the quality's back at New Bristol. It really is. And I've got a couple of cans to review on the channel for another day. Yeah, it's been a fantastic trip in Bristol. This will be the last video because otherwise I'm going to be absolutely smashed by the time I bring this to you. But yeah, highlights of the trip. The pub we were in, the what was it called? The
Watermelon Minty.
The Watermelon Minty pub, the Landoger Dog or something? Whatever that pub was earlier, it was amazing. The little bottle shop in Bath, that was cool. I really like that. It seems like an eternity to go now. Grog, I think it was called in Bath. Certainly Left-Handed Giant, and certainly New Bristol Brewery. Yeah, what a place this is. The southwest, this kind of little. You're probably talking like 20 mile area. probably more like 30 square mile area, producing fantastic beers, and they're all so close to the city as well. That's the best thing, especially Bristol. And we didn't go to Electric Bear because it wasn't open at the time. We were in Bath, which is really central. Yeah, what a few days. What a few days. It feels like a few days. What a few hours we've spent in the southwest exploring, especially between Bath and Bristol. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe if you'd be so kind. Get in the comments. Bristol, how good is it for beer? It's insane. Bath, bloody good as well. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe if you'd be so kind. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.